for us who are Catholics, who are supposedly to be active even in church and consider ourselves as good Catholics. We should not pat ourselves and think that we are so much greater and better than people in the world, condemning them, because we will fall into self-righteousness. You notice, my dear brothers and sisters, self-righteous people, they are legalistic, they are judgmental. So we should not be too quick to judge others, too quick to apply the laws to others, because very often when we do that, the Lord said we will condemn ourselves. The truth is that self-righteous people, very often, they do not understand or they are not aware of the nature and extent of their own sins. They like to compare themselves with others. Oh, they said, I do not commit adultery. I do not steal. I do not kill. Unlike those people in the world, that could be true. You might not have committed adultery, but have you respected and honored and loved your spouse? It is true, you might not have stolen, but have you been fair to your workers, just to your domestic helpers, and compassionate and giving to those who are poor? Have you been honest in your day's work? You might not have stolen, but you have stolen time. You have stolen resources. You have not been responsible. It is true again, you might not have killed, but we kill people with our words. In fact, the words are even more hurtful. We tell all kinds of rumors and stories, carrying tales. And this is worse than killing, because it kills the person's heart and his morale. And again, self-righteous people, not only they are not aware of the nature and extent of their own sins, some are even blind to their sins. We have our own sins, every one of us. No one is exempted. Then again, those who are self-righteous, they lack compassion, they lack mercy. Everybody today pass judgments using social media, passing remarks. Have they investigated? Do they know the objective truth? Do you know the circumstantial evidence, the facts that has led the person to commit a crime, if he ever committed the crime in the first place? This is really injustice. This is corrupt judge, thinking that we have everything. This is presumptuous judgment. That is why no mercy, no compassion. Even the High Court judge will be more compassionate, because at least he takes into consideration the circumstantial situation and accordingly will mete out the punishment. That is fair, that is just. Here we do not know anything. We are condemning this person and that person. It is important for us to be humble. Look at our own sins first before you look at others. Not to judge others, let's judge ourselves, to see how sinful we are. That's why Jesus says, you can't even see the log in your own eye. You want to remove the speck from your brother's eyes. God has no favorites. He will judge us according to what we do. He will repay each one as his works deserve. Even that the Lord is always merciful. But we must be careful also, because there is one other mistake that self-righteous people do. They like to condemn everybody. But when it comes to their own sin, they say God is so merciful, God is gracious, and God will forgive me. But not other people's sin, of course, their own sins. If you believe in this cheap grace that does not need conversion, you will be ruined. It's easy to say, God's love me, but you must be sincere to change. And we are struggling. Of course, we are struggling, and God takes into account of our efforts. But To say that, oh, because of the grace of God, we can do whatever He likes, and He will always forgive us, that is presumptuous. It's not that God will punish us, but we will punish ourselves because we know that we have abused the grace of God.